Good morning, panelists, students, parents, and other participants. Indian School of Commerce welcomes you to our 6th webinar series of the academic year 21-22 on the topic EY Career Path and Progression on this knowledge sharing platform. Indian School of Commerce is an initiative of ISDC, International Skill Development Corporation, offering the integrated global dual bachelor's and master's degree programs in international business and finance, validated by the University of West of Scotland in association with ACCA. These world-class programs are also accredited by 8 other global qualifications and exemptions that present an enormous opportunity for leading national and global employers to tap into the available talent pool that's paving way for the students to be a part of a dynamic accounting and financial ecosystem of the future. As budding finance professionals, it's important to build a career as unique as you are, with a global scale, support, inclusive culture, and technology to become the best version of you. The purpose of the professional program is to nurture your passion, amplified by the purpose of building a better working world. The dream of every finance professional would be to be a part of an organization or a community that works together and invest in the development of the fellow member to become a purpose-driven, transformative leader with a mindset and tech skills that sets you apart and help deliver long-term value to clients. And today's session is to get to know one such place of work, EY, recognized as one of the world's best workplaces. I'm Bindu Menon, Manager, Student Relations and Placement at Indian School of Commerce, and would be the moderator for the session today. In the panel today, we have with us the senior leadership team from EY, Mr. Jeevan Sashidharan, Associate Director, EY Global Delivery Services India LLP. Welcome, Mr. Jeevan. Ms. Preeti Gopalakrishnan, Associate Director, Operations, EY Global Delivery Services India LLP. Welcome, Ms. Preeti. Joining with EY leadership team are the alumni of Indian School of Commerce who are a part of Team EY. We have with us Shri Parvati, Assurance Associate, EY GDS Bangalore. Syed Mohammad Niroz, who is an ex-EY, ex-BDO, and currently an entrepreneur. He'll be joining with us any moment. Mary George, Assurance Associate, EY GDS Bangalore, and Abby Paul, Advanced Analyst, Strategy Transactions, EY GDS Kochi. They were to join with us, but couldn't make it due to the rescheduling of the session, but is still a part of a session in terms of their contribution. Welcome, alumni. Students from our Kochi, Trivandrum, and Bangalore campus have joined with us. Welcome all. The dream place of work is one that offers every person the chance to seize new opportunities and helps to work with cutting-edge technologies, paves way to get to know different clients in different industries, encourages to lead and to step out of one's comfort zone, opens opportunities to work with new teams on projects that inspire and challenge you every single day. The purpose of this webinar is to get to know one such place with a mission to create a transformative leaders that world needs by developing the strong traits of agility, curiosity, passion, help their team navigate through uncertain times by welcoming change, a futuristic community that relies or rallies to seek the answers we need for today and the future. Indian School of Commerce is indeed proud to share that almost 75% of its students are a part of Team EY, and with the expertise shared through the webinar today, the path to be a part of this wonderful team would be easier. Over to the speaker slot, please. The panelists, the senior leadership of EY, would share their insights on why EY is recognized among India's best companies to work for, the training and development and career opportunities, the exceptional experience that EY offers to the students across the globe, etc. May I invite Mr. Jeevan Sashidharan, Associate Director, Markets and Business Development, EY, Global Delivery Services India, LLP, to speak on the topic, EY, the people-led organization. Mr. Jeevan Sashidharan is an ACCA and company secretary with over 19 years of professional experience encompassing risk consulting and internal audit. During his career span, he has served as a credit officer with HDFC Limited, an assistant manager in KPMG before joining EY. Over to Mr. Jeevan.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be addressing the session, and thank you, ISC and ma'am, for giving us the opportunity to speak about the career opportunities in EY. I'm sure you will all be benefited, from listening to us and understanding what we have in store for our people in EY. So let me get started to talk to you about how EY is a people-led organization. So EY is driven by our next wave strategy, which has 4 strategic pillars. One is on client value, the second one is on people value, the third one is on social value, and the final one is on financial value. And as the world's most trusted, distinctive professional services organization, and one of the biggest pillar that we rely on our strategic direction is our people. So people are a very important element of EY strategy, and as rightly mentioned in the topic, it is a people-driven organization. So we take care of our people so well, and we believe that people are the strong pillars that takes our business forward. And everybody in EY is considered to be a transformative leader. And transformative leadership model is something that is very close to the hearts of everybody in EY. So let me talk to you a little bit more about the exceptional and diverse people element of our strategy. So the key focus of exceptional diverse people is to create our people as the forefront runners, as the trailblazers of every new initiative that happens in the world, be it technology, be it all sorts of developments happening in the business environment, so that our people are in the forefront to support our clients to create long-term value out of their business. So every day in EY, we're focused on empowering our people to build their own unique experience at EY. So everybody has their own skill sets, everybody has their own interests. So we leave it open to our people to find their career path in EY and to develop the skills that they are most fond of. Discover their own skills, discover their own ambitions of moving their career forward in EY. It's all in the hands of our own people. And this experience becomes transformative whenever you join EY. From the day you join EY, you hear about how important our people initiatives are and how everybody is a transformative leader. And it's a transformative journey that we curate for our people, however long they stay in EY. So the heart of developing our people is structured on our transformative leadership model, which is 3 elements. One is better me, of course, being a better yourself, which is corner around curiosity, personal well-being, and agility. And then there is better us, which is focused on teaming and making you a better team player, right? An inspiring team player, one who feels a sense of belongingness while working with teams, and of course your ability to team with your team members to get better results for our clients. And obviously this translates to creating a better working world, not only for ourselves but also for our clients, our society, and the business. So transformative leadership model is something that we teach everybody at EY, and we also have a wonderful platform called EY Badges, which is EY's own certification program. So everybody joining EY on a permanent role gets to go through the EY Badges program. We have internal targets on doing a minimum number of badges every year. So that is the amount of focus that we give to skill building of our people in EY. And the maximum number of badges is for us to choose. So it is internal certification program of EY, which has a diverse set of both transformative leadership skill sets and also various skill sets around business and technology that people can pick up. These are all training programs, very well developed, well structured, training programs, and also some of them in tie-up with platforms like the Udemy, where you can do any skills. You can acquire any skill that you want to have as part of your, as part of the work or as part of the teams that you're part of, or based on your personal aspirations. And you can get those certifications in the form of an EY badges. And you can carry these certifications wherever you go, whether you stay in EY or whether you go outside EY. And once you culminate your badges journey, or once you move through your badges journey, and when you are able to complete about 15 badges, you also get a technology MBA from the Hults Business School. That's the focus that EY provides to its people, to focus on themselves and the business. And in the process, we help our people to build their skills and to develop the most needed skills of today's environment. The badges portal also keeps on getting updated about all the new skills that come up, right? So and move forward with their career in EY, however long they stay with us. That's how important people are, and that's how we take the careers and journeys of our people forward. I'll cut it short there. Over to Vinita.
Thank you, Mr. Jeevan. Just wanting to know, this program which you're running, the internal certification program, they are allowed to do their programs through any of these MOOC, sites. Is it like Udemy, and they'll have to do the program, and then for that the badges would be given from EY?
So, ma'am, how it works is there are three domains. One is the business domain, the second one is the leadership domain, and then there is a technology domain. Across all the three domains, you have a lot of training programs that we have curated, and some of these training programs are obviously, so when there is a very good training program which is available through the Udemy platform, we link it to the Udemy platform, and there are certain programs which are purely EY driven, right? And the participant or the resources get to choose what kind of programs they want to undergo depending on their service line and their service function. And once they complete the required number of training hours and also showcase their experience, from taking the training. So, for example, if I take a data analytics training, for example, I will need to showcase that I've started using the training program by creating some dashboards, or by making use of all the learning that I've done as part of the training program. And then there's an internal panel which certifies the ability of the resource to apply what they learned, and we award them a badge depending on the number of hours of training that they've taken. And the badges are classified into bronze badge, silver badge, gold badge, and platinum badge. And there are various requirements for completion of each of these badges.
I see. Okay, right. And then this is open for interns too, the moment they join as an intern, or only for those who are there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is open for the permanent employees of EY, the badges program. And for people who join us as client-serving contractors or on an internship, we have a separate learning platform for them, which is called the Learning Hub, where again you can complete the training requirements, and once they move as a permanent employee of EY, these training programs get automatically converted into learning credits for the EY badges program.
Oh, I see. Okay. Wonderful. So client value, people value, social value, financial value. Wonderful. And then what I liked is like the three things: better me, better us, and then which is the third one you were talking about?
Building a better working world. So better me focuses on
me.
Better me focuses on really making yourself better. So only if you are in the right state of mind, growth and well-being, where if you're curious about what's going around, and if you're agile, and that's when you become an effective team member, right? So the first step is bettering yourself, and then being a better team member, and being a better team member automatically contributes to creating world-class solutions and adding long-term value to our clients. And we also have a great program called the Ripples program, where we encourage our people to contribute to the society as well.
I see. Okay, fine. They would be a part of all these CSR kind of activities which is happening or run by EY and here. Okay, right.
Yes.
Right. So I was just wondering, every time I used to see this, even post of our students saying that they have completed so-and-so program and then been certified so-and-so program, they advertise in such a way wherein they're so happy to, announce it to the entire world. It's because of these badges. Only now I know that why is it happening. So every day we used to see our students, saying that they've completed this program, that program, and all these things. Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you so very much for that. Yeah. Now, do you have anything to add on, Mr. Jeevan, on this
That's about it.
topic? Yeah. Thank you. Now may I invite Ms. Preeti Gopalakrishnan, Associate Director, Operations, EY Global Delivery Services, India LLP, to speak on the topic, EY, the world's best work for the West. With a forte in HR, strategy and operations and project management, Ms. Preeti is a committed human resource professional with a largely generalist background and practical exposure in various specializations from talent acquisition to employee life cycle management. Ms. Preeti has served with NetPoint, RR Software, and Conduent before joining EY in 2016. Over to Ms. Preeti, please.
Thank you, Bindu. Just as a case in point for how we work as a connected firm, for just Jeevan to speak separately and for me to speak separately is a very, very uncommon thing. Normally, we always come together as a panel, and in fact, we had made this deck also considering that both of us would contribute together for this excellent webinar that you have set up. And from our side, we must commend you for setting up something like this to share the information and giving us a platform also to share what we do in EY, with the rest of the world. So any questions that may be there, we are happy to take at the end together. And, if there is a chat, people can just feel free to put their questions there and normally asking questions. So building a better working world is a very, it's like the theme for the firm. I won't call it a mission statement or a vision statement. It's like the theme. It's our culture to build a better working world. And along with that is to asking the better questions. So this is again a mindset that we always create. Asking better questions will give you the better answers and the solutions that we as a firm contribute to the rest of the world, right? Just going back a bit, what we wanted to kind of share with you is, the career, it's like a leap of faith, especially the kind of mindset and culture that we have in India. We expect that we will join a company, organization, or a firm, and we will probably live there for the rest of our lives. Things have changed, but you will see that EY globally has the same kind of culture. What we want to encourage is that this family remains as a family. You may want to, once you start your career with us, you can spend the rest of your career with us without being constricted by things like, I will do only this kind of job, or I will work only in this kind of a location, or I will only be stuck in this kind of a service line. So we have such a vast world. EY is such a vast world. I'll bring up some statistics just to let you know how vast we are in this world, what our spread is like. Just to give you a snapshot. So we are present in the Americas, Asia Pacific, EMEA, and the executive, that is the central leadership team. And this itself is spread across various geographies. It doesn't necessarily mean that the executive is limited to the Americas or the UK region or any one of the offices. And what EY likes to do is to say that if you come here, you can build the rest of your career with us, and we will ensure that we are giving you an exceptional experience as you build that. That is the focus. However, along with that, as Jeevan was calling out, transformation can happen at various levels. There is an organizational level transformation that is prevalent. And at the same time, there is an individual transformation that needs to happen. How do you transform your career, and what are you contributing to? Jeevan had covered the My Purpose slide the my purpose vision. So here again, the heart of anything that we do in terms of contribution, if it is driven by a purpose, then it takes you where you want to go. And if that journey is aligned with the EY journey, then it builds a better working world, right? So that is the core of how we operate in EY. And all the policies and all the plans and all the learning and development platforms that are brought up are to reinforce these positive messages in terms of user firms across the world. And one testimony to our growth is the fact that I don't know, Jeevan, how many years have we been in existence? Maybe 20 years. And we have now grown to a head count and a workforce of around 60,000 employees all over GDS, and the majority, of course, is India, right? So you can make your career home here, depending on whether you want to work in assurance. So the core of all the business that we do in EY is, of course, financial. We have professionals like Jeevan, we have Shri Parvati, all of them who have taken their professional certifications in financial disciplines, and assurance, SAT, and tax. SAT is strategy and transactions. These are all very core financial consulting services that EY provides. And we have let's say a layer of consulting. This is actual technology and business consulting, where these financial services or solutions that we give to our customers is backed by a technology infrastructure, so to speak, right? So that is the length and breadth of the ability that you have here in EY. It sounds very simple, but like Jeevan was saying, these larger service lines can be really broken down into various service lines and service functions as well. So the core service lines of assurance, tax, SAT, and consulting are supported by enablement services like you have brand marketing, you have communication, you have workforce planning services, you have risk management, you have talent shared services, you have financial support services. All these things go in to support the service lines and become career choices of your own, right? So let's say you start off in consulting and you have learned all you can about the industry and the business, and you feel you want to contribute by improving the proposal statements or the statement of work or the RFPs that we are giving a customer, and you want to make a move to brand marketing and communication. You can do this yourself by knowing yourself, doing the right career assessments, making sure you have the right personal brand, personal branding that you can create for yourself. So this, as you can see, this is transformative and empowering. There is nobody giving you direction saying do this, do that, but the whole infrastructure of the leadership in EY is available for you to discuss, network, and understand where you want to reach, right? And all the options are provided. In EY, we have something very key where no job opportunity is limited only to an external hire. Any job position that is open, especially in GDS, we open it up internally. So for instance, we have had people who are, we have a service called executive assistants. They are executive assistants. They are like your EAs or secretarial support that we provide. And we have somebody who has learned cyber security through the badges program and has applied for a cyber security role where she felt that she's more aligned to the technology. She wants to contribute there, and she's been able to move. right? Just as an inside story, we tried to draw out a chart saying, if you start off with assurance, you can study. If you study this, you will go there. If you study Y, you will move somewhere else. But it became such a squiggly chart. We thought we'll just leave it open and say, know your options. Within GDS, you can move anywhere you want, provided there are no shortcuts. Of course, you have to put in that work, you have to contribute, you have to make your resume as impressive as anybody from an external world that you will hire. So we are a pure meritocracy that way. The other options that we have for driving your career is mobility. Especially from a DNI perspective, you have a family, you want to be with your family, you may have to move with your family, explore, people who join in explore our mobility options. And there is a complete different team of recruitment or talent acquisition, I will say, that focuses on mobility. The other options available, Jeevan has already called it out, called ripples. So ripples is, the way EY does it, you cannot reduce it to just a CSR initiative. So if you go to a Ripple site, for instance, they will advertise for positions like, we want a project manager to develop drinking water solutions in Africa. Are you available for a year? Are you available for 6 months? Are you available for 2 years? Put in your resume, we will interview you, and if you're fit for the position, we will give you this option to drive that program. So you can imagine being in EY, you are contributing to initiatives, not just gathering money and giving it somewhere. Of course, that is a good thing to do. We all start from there, but EY transforms CSR to different levels. Recently, we from GDS, we had an initiative where we are trying to launch schooling, if I'm not mistaken, Jeevan, at Attapadi, by actually going there, taking classes, having assessments, giving them career assessments. So this is going to go as a camp. And we, of course, anybody can volunteer within GDS or within EY for that matter, if they are interested in such ripples initiatives. And of course, the next one is, if you want to drive your career is in your own hands. You have to have the right conversations with your counselors. You can do the right networking you want to do. Use LinkedIn. So Bindu ma'am, you were talking about how everybody puts things up on LinkedIn. So the cutting edge talent, which focuses so much on state of art cognitive developments in HR, they know the positive impact and the positive reinforcement of things like using social media platforms. Jeevan, for instance, when you're free, you should talk to him. He has run an excellent gamification initiative to drive business. So all this is used to ensure that people have an exceptional experience over here. You can have, there is a sponsorship program. So we moved away from mentoring to sponsorship for your career development, because everybody needs support at any level, right? Even at a leadership level or a partner level, you need a sponsor to get to the next level. You can't do it on your own, and EY recognizes that. And of course, the job changes that you want to do. So the career is in fact in your own hands. I have a short video which I can probably share if we have time sure. Willing. Yeah. Can we do that now, ma'am, or I can?
You can do it now. Yeah.
Okay. So just
any time is a good time for new learnings. Yeah, right.
What's so special about a career at EY? Is it the people you work with, being a part of high-performing teams, what you learn and experience, or is it all of the above, rolled into our promise to you? Whenever you join, however long you stay, the exceptional EY experience lasts a lifetime. Every career is unique and driven by the individual. Sure, you'll get support along the way, but ultimately it's yours to own. Our lead process is focused on just that, having better conversations that support your career development and performance. Lead will help you to develop your leadership skills and take your career to new heights. Now, to help you make the most of your career, let's explain the EY Career Framework. The EY Career Framework is a simple, straightforward way to think and talk about your career. First, a couple of basics. Your career evolves and thrives through the support of a network of connections. Colleagues, counselors, managers, mentors, and sponsors, to name a few. Regardless of your rank or role, you need the help and support of others. Developing a strong network is as important as it gets. As you build and maintain your network, ongoing, open conversations are central to your success. They provide clarity and focus and shape how you grow as a leader and the career choices you make. The ultimate goal in all of this is that you have the strategies you need to influence your career, build your career value, and make informed career decisions. The EY experience provides an exceptional opportunity to continuously acquire new skills, polish your brand, develop your network, and demonstrate your capabilities. This builds career value, moving you closer to your career goals. You also gain skills to excel in team leadership, client leadership, business leadership, and even personal leadership. So, how can you get started? Well, there are 3 simple but essential steps. Step 1, know yourself is about discovering your strengths and what you enjoy doing. Some questions to consider include: what matters most to you? What's your brand? What do you want from your career journey? Step 2, know your options is about exploring the possibilities in your career and understanding what it takes to be competitive for those opportunities. Step 3, plan and act is about confirming your direction and goals and taking action to achieve them. Some questions to consider include: what learning and experiences will you pursue? What relationships will you build? So there you have it, 3 steps to building career value at EY. Remember to also tap into your network and have those meaningful conversations. An exceptional career is within your reach. The exceptional EY experience lasts a lifetime. All you have to do is to take the steps to make it happen. Visit the Career Journey site to get started.
Right.
Also,
So there you have it. Just conclusion. This is what I say. There are miles of track, and you have to define your own journey. And EY has open doors if you want to grow and walk into our doors and define that journey here.
That was wonderful, I would say. Thank you so much. And then I'm sure the students here with us today would have got a picture on how important is it to be a part of this team. Now, you were saying about asking the right questions. Yeah, this is what we all, to get the right answers, we need to, and we should know how to, come up with the right questions, very important. And then purpose-driven, aligned with EY vision. Is what I would say makes it one of the best organizations to work for. And you were talking about in the law of attraction, we normally say, right, the world is a brochure, just go pick it up, and then you go for it and then pick it up, and then likewise I would say EY is a brochure, or where they can just go and pick it up. The only thing is they'll have to make sure that and they work towards it. That's a beautiful thing which you put across. And Ripples is something, is it open only for the EY, or outsiders are also allowed to be a part of it, or this Ripples program is open
it's
only
purely
for
within EY. It's
within
purely
EY. It's an internal program, right? Okay.
It's purely within EY. In fact, I doubt if, we do use external vendors if there are legal or other complications to deliver the solution to the endpoint. But
not
all
in the
work
service.
is, yes, it's primarily an internal.
Right. And this after party program, which you were saying that what do you call that? The team goes and teaches them?
that is a long-term goal.
I see.
Building up education, there is a long-term goal, and education is just one word. So there are many dimensions to
right.
it. You need infrastructure, you need schools, you need teachers, you need students. So there are so many things there. Currently, I think a team is underway to have an assessment. So they want to set a baseline or a baseline of where these young, even up to young adults are, up to what class of schooling have they completed, and what is relevant to put them in. We cannot dump everybody into one class and say learn from first standard, right? So we need to have an assessment of where they are, and then from there on where their path will
work it on, right?
Yes,
build it on, right? Wonderful, I would say. Great in a lot of things. Glad that or rather you agree to have a session like this for the benefit of the students and for us. I would say a lot of learnings, in fact. Thank you so very much for that. Now we invite alumni who are a part of EY now. The alumni would share the experience on the recruitment process at EY, the challenges in the process and the means to handle it, and how to jumpstart one's career with EY, an organization that exists to build a better working world, providing trust through assurance in about 150 countries. We have Sri Parvati here to share. Sri Parvati is currently with EY as an assurance associate, EY GDS Bangalore. Sri, your thoughts on how did you get into EY? How did you get into it? Then, how do you feel your journey now? And then what is your goal? And what are the internal programs you're going to take? How many ripples activities are you going to be a part of it and all these things? Can you just share?
So first I'd like to thank ISC and Bindu ma'am for organizing this webinar. And I'm glad to be a part of this. I started my career with EY by applying as a contractor. I became a contractor, client servicing contractor on 14th December last year. And then I had a contract of 4 months. Then I got extension up to 6 months. And then later I have currently now joined as a assurance associate as a permanent position. I have never thought I'd get a chance to be a part of EY. As you mentioned, law of attraction does work. It was my dream to join EY. And first when I got the call, I didn't expect it to be true. I thought my friends were pranking on me. And then, then things got official. I got the offer letter, and the team was so supportive. My onboarding was so smooth. Every department of EY works together so that we land on the great team. Once we are, as a student to becoming a professional, we won't be having a clarity. So EY does a really good job in that. For the transformation, we help in its transformation. Every step there is someone to support us, be it a counselor or a buddy. And so it's always a strength that it's so motivating. Even the team that I am part of now are so motivating, and there is teamwork, and I have no words to express how happy I am right now where I am.
What is your suggestion to your, what do you call it, the juniors or people who would, there are a lot of people who are actually trying to, follow your path and be a part of EY and all these things. In fact, what happens is that every day it happens that I'll get a call saying that, ma'am, I've got a, interview. What do I do? So what I would do is I would connect with an existing EYN or alumni of ISC, and then they would in fact have a chat. And then, how would it go and all these things. So I thank all the seniors for actually guiding the people who want to follow your path. And in fact, you are the ones who give the idea on how to go about and things such as before getting the interview. They would get to know on how do they need to really, be prepared for the interview. So I would thank all the seniors for that, in fact, Shri. So I think, I know that you're also helping a lot, so keep up the good work. And yeah, from your part. So what would be your, I would say, suggestion to your juniors and what they should be doing to be part of EY, and what are the preparations, got to be done from their part and things like that?
Preparations, I would say, it's to apply for any of the position that comes up. Even I am at the base level, like entrance associate, but I find it really great to have a space in this position. And so I'm saying that we shouldn't wait for a particular position or a particular post or a job role. But I don't stop anyone who is dreaming, but I think we should give a chance whenever we get an opportunity. I've seen some of the juniors have reached out to me that saying that they need this particular position on this particular post.
Very.
I would suggest that please do explore different things, and that may work wonders.
Great.
I would like to add on something here, Bindu ma'am.
Yes,
So, as an ACCA professional, right? So all the career journeys translate into an ACCA or a CIMA, because we do give them a lot of these exemptions, right? So when you complete an ACCA or a CIMA, your career option is open across all our service lines, and that's something that everybody needs to understand. It is open across all our service lines. So like Preeti was talking about consulting, audit, tax, or strategy and transactions. You, as a finance professional, your career options are open across. So you don't need to worry about a particular service line or a position, right? So it is what you need to ask yourself is, what is your personal interest and what are you good at, right? So that is number one. The second thing that we look out for, when we interview candidates, right? So the number one thing is absolutely your communication skills. So that is something that needs to stand out. The second thing that we look out for is conceptual clarity, having a clear understanding of the concepts that you've learned, because, being a financial or a consulting professional organization, knowledge on concepts that you've learned as part of your professional journey is extremely important. And third thing that we are looking out is, we received about 100 plus profiles of ACCAs recently. And one thing that, we cleared doubt for was, what else have you done? Right? What other certifications or what other skills have you gathered other than your regular professional education? So if you are mastering these three things in your CV, or if you are able to call out these three things, that's what makes you stand out.
Very true. Communication, right? I think all of them are seriously working towards that, or it's happening. It's a process. And then as far as the conceptual clarity is concerned, and then holistic learning, that some of it has gone into their head and then they are working towards that, right? Thank you, Mr. Javan, for that.
So we see CVs which have a lot of certifications that a lot of people do, right? And that really stands out, because that's exactly what we make people also do in EY. It's constant learning and constant upskilling that people of these times have to do. So at my age, I am also sitting and learning every day, to be honest. And that's the skill set that is required across everyone.
Yeah, and just to add to that, it is so everything ties up because students or candidates who do all this, you can see their purpose come out very clearly. We're not talking about, saving the world is not anybody's purpose. We are all ordinary people. We didn't, we are not here to get the Nobel Prize, but of course, we will encourage Nobel Prize winners to join EY, of course. But I'm simply saying that if you have a clear purpose, and then we notice that those students have that conceptual clarity. Those students will they want us to understand what they're saying. It's not that they communicate well, right? Communication is always two ways. It's not enough that I just speak well, but is that intent for what I'm saying being understood by the person on the other side of the table? That gets driven by the purpose that one has. I can come, Jeevan, and I can come, we can say what we want, and then we can go away after this hour. But because we have a purpose, that purpose is that we must be understood. We want to explain what EY is to the population that's watching this webinar.
Right. Yeah. Very true. Yeah. In fact, what happens is that we usually, if we miss out news, on a particular hour,
Is it just my network, or is there a freeze? Are you on mute, Jeevan?
No, I guess I'm not able to hear. I think it's a network issue with Bindu.
Yeah, and while we're waiting for Bindu to come back, Jeevan, didn't you also notice, Sri Parvati had also made this observation about getting transformed as as a professional. I mean, she used the word professional. And I think that's a key insight that people will get only once they join EY, because everybody is treated as professionals from day one. Nobody is a kid and nobody is an adult, and right, there are no such paradigms. If you cut it as an associate or a staff, as we call it in our language here, you are a professional, you are a qualified person to do the job, and from then on you are treated like that. And I think that's a big differentiator that EY has.
Shri, did you just answer Alan's question? Okay, Alan has posted a question now. Question to Shri Parvati: from a student to a professional during the first few weeks of work, assume you might have no idea what to do, only with the theoretical knowledge. What helped you, or how did you overcome the stage of your work life? Alan to Sri Parvati.
Yeah, Ellen. So there is a team in EY, like we are given trainings and there are learnings to complete. So all of these will help us to transform. There will be 1 week training.
So that covers
a lot of things.
Just to add to that, in answer to Alan's question, so it's a very, very good question. So theory has to get translated into a solution, and this happens at various levels. Like, you have to know the technology behind it also. We are not, I'm sure we are not going to somebody's place with paper and pen and doing whatever is needed in an audit process, right? The technology is completely transformed. So that training is what Sri Parvati refers to. I think it's even mandatory, right? In assurance, you have mandatory hours of training that you have to go through. Yeah.
And then there was one point that Sri Parvati was mentioning, that there is always somebody to help you, right? And that's what I was also telling in my recent team meeting. Anything and everything that is bothering you, come and talk to us. Don't worry, be it a senior or a manager or a senior manager, you have that open door policy in EY. You can go and consult anyone and everyone in EY with whatever problem that you have, and we'll find a solution for you.
Wonderful. I would say that people who are with EY are blessed to have such a wonderful team. Yeah, thank you very much, Sri. Now, over to, hello, Syed.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah, hi.
Really sorry for joining me late.
Yeah,
I
no
had some network
problem.
issues.
We have Syed Mohammad Nuroz with us. Syed has actually worked with EY, and he's an ex-BDO, and he's currently an entrepreneur. Over to you, Syed. Yeah. We have Mr. Jeeban and Ms. Preeti with us. Yeah.
I thank you, Pintu, ma'am, for your warm welcome. And hello, panelists over here, students, and who are listening here. I'm Syed Mohammad. I'm an alumni of ISC for the class of 2016-19 batch of BA honors. And I have been working with EY for about like 7 months immediately after my graduation. Same like Sri Parvati's role, I was hired as an assurance consultant. And for me to tell about the journey in EY, it was extremely awesome. Like immediately after my graduation at the age of, 20, I have been hired to EY. I was the first, we were in a group of 6 to be hired. And that was it was a kickstart to my career journey, a corporate career journey to start a career with EY, one of the biggest global audit firm. And the experience that I had from birth, moreover, the learnings that I get and the connections that I built from there with my managers, senior managers, partners, and everyone, it really did help for me to wherever what I am right now. And I also it was on a contract period, and from there, I was then again hired to BDO, again another big audit firm. And to be very honest, I could tell that I could use most of the things that I learned from EY, the way I was handling the corporate things and everything in my BDO things. And also at the same time, currently I run a small restaurant cafe in my hometown, just as a side business. And like everyone told over here, the things that we learned, moreover, the theory portions that we learned from ACCA books, how we convert into the practical knowledge. It was extremely beautiful, that when I was in BDO, when my seniors and all were talking to me, like I was using digital audits in assurance. Like I was put in charge, I was hired just after 30 days of my training. My senior allocated me, hey, Said, you are in charge of this complete audit. This is one of the big client in Middle East, and you were supposed to do the digital audit. I was not even knowing like what is this digital audit, data analytics. But again, it was a challenging for me. I took that challenge. I learned many things with the support of the seniors, managers, everything. Like whenever we are stuck, immediately I was hired during when there was no work from office, okay, pre-COVID time. So it was very easy for me because my team were here, around me. Whenever I had some doubt, I can easily ask my manager without any organizational hierarchy level. Like all were working as a team. There is no separation like she's a manager, she's a senior, she's a like AM, nothing like that. We were working as a team, and that's a great thing that I could I could prioritize in EY. Working like a team is better always, And I was able to do that data auditing, that auditing on correct deadline. And very happy, and I got, the onshore team, the onshore client, the appreciation that we got from it was all again remarkable for me. Yeah, that's it. When you ask me about my EY journey for me.
Yeah, right. That is what Mr. Jeevan was just saying. Everybody is there for everyone. It's like, people are there. You just need to ask, so you get it. Wonderful to know. Now over to Mary. Mary George is working as Assurance Associate with EY GDS Bangalore.
Hi everyone.
Hi Mary. Hi. Yeah.
Hi ma'am. Good morning. Good morning everyone. Myself, Mary, a proud alumni of ISC. So like ma'am said, I'm working on a staff role in EY GDS Bangalore. I belongs to insurance audit sector there. I'm an ACC aspirant as well as a postgraduate. So that was a brief introduction of me. Now coming to my experience in EY, everyone have this common opinion that applies to me as well. So far, my experience with EY has been an exceptional one. So it was one of my dream to join in one of the big four, and I'm so glad that I started my career with EY. So I was on a contract role for the 3 months. It was on a busy season. Even though that was a short period, I tried as much as I can. I gave my whole efforts, and my hard work paid off. My hard works were recognized. That's the reason that I got the opportunity to join back EY on a permanent role. So I wanted to start by saying this point. EY is a place where your efforts are truly recognized. I am a live example for that.
Uh,
So that is one point.
Syed, yeah, right. You put it on mute. Yeah.
Yeah. Now coming to another point, I was just hearing Syed's example. I mean, work experience. It is somewhat similar to mine as well. One different thing that I wanted to highlight here is, like I said, I belongs to insurance audit sector. But for the last couple of months, I've been working with FAST team. FAST is nothing but financial accounting and advisory services, which is like a sub-service unit of assurance. And right now, on behalf of FAST, I'm working on banking audit sector. So what I'm trying to say is, this is one special thing about EY GDS is that your experience is not just limited to the sector that you're working, but yes, you have the opportunity to work in other sectors as well. Like my experience and exposure is not just limited to the insurance sector. I got the exposure from advisory services as well as banking sector. And that has been a great learning opportunity for me. When I started working with FAST team, my work was related to IFRS 17, and right now I'm again working on IFRS 9. So this is one experience that I can count on always, especially when IFRS is on the trend. So that's why this has been a great learning experience for me. That is one thing, and one last point. I was like Syed said, there is no hierarchical difference in EY. So I was fortunate enough to work with some experienced senior managers and AMs. I was directly working with them. I closely seen how they are managing a project, how they are managing a team. Maybe you'll say that it's just a project management, but I think there is more to it. There were a lot of important points that I could note in, which helped me to grow professionally and personally, I believe. And that is the one very reason that I am talking right now, because earlier I wasn't this bold, and now there is this new me. And I strongly believe that EY has played a great role in evolving this new me. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, I just loved it. Yeah, the way you speak and all these things, right? Wonderful, Mary. Yeah, happy faces. Yeah, so happy.
Thank
Right.
you, ma'am.
Yeah, right. Now, time for questions from audience. I've handpicked a few. The first question is to Mr. Jeevan. Mr. Jeevan, what is the difference between EY and other big three firms in terms of the methodology, team structure, work-life balance, and other takeaways? I think most of that you've already answered, but the team working
Yes,
skill.
So prior to EY, I have experience working with KPMG, and I've also heard about what happens in other big four firms like PwC and Deloitte. But what fascinates me the most about EY is EY has its intranet, which is a storehouse of all information that you can think of, right? So we have our own search engine, which we call EY Discover. And EY Discover truly brings to light our one of our values, which is global integration and teaming. So anything and everything, any best practice kind of a solution that is delivered across the globe, be it in the US or in the Europe, is available to any EY professional working anywhere else in the world. And same applies to anything that happens in India or any country in the world. Right, so the amount of structured information, the structured learning, and the structured guidance material, I sometimes, jokingly say, are people that, there's too much of spoon feeding that happens in terms of the amount of information and the amount of knowledge materials that is available to you, right? So if I have a personal example. So when I wanted to work on a sector which is retail sector, I had absolutely no clue about retail sector when I was going to lead a project, and I had all the information that I could think of in our within EY intranet or our Discover platform itself, to make myself look like a subject matter expert in the sector. And the clients were really appreciating the amount of value that I was able to add to their business, because I was talking their language.
Right. Okay.
Right. So that is the kind of differentiator, and that is a kind of information that is available. So most of our people who have joined us, you cannot completely explore everything. Even after 9 years in EY, even I still have new things, that I haven't explored inside our storehouse and repositories. And another fascinating story that I tell our people is that every time I look at this intranet, it has changed. And it is something that is constantly updated. And all our client service professionals across the globe have targets to update all the best practice materials that they have in our Discover, so that it is available for use by everybody. And every time you look at this kind of information, so we have our sector models, we have our process models, we have anything and everything that you can think of to deliver services to our clients that is available. And something that is constantly updated and up to date in terms of the information that is provided. So that's something that truly stands out, and that's something that's not there anywhere else in other organizations. And again, our badges program it's a great differentiator, which again focuses on upskilling our people. And from a structuring perspective, all the big fours are structured, similarly in terms of their career levels and the way we do our promotions and progression. So the structuring is almost similar. There may be minor differences in terms of levels. And from a work-life balance perspective as well, EY does stand out because because of our people pillar that I was constantly talking about. We hear out our people's problems. So that's something that I always tell my team, that you come back to me with all your problems, anything. It can be work related, personal related. We do help our people. We do accommodate a lot. For people to have their personal life. So there are a lot of people who go on sabbatical leave. So of course, after certain years of service, when they feel that they need to take a break and come back, right? So we have all sorts of options available, for people. So we have all sorts of flexible working options that we do have available. So apart from the work from home model that we have, the hybrid working model that we have, so we also have other options like reduced hours and various other kinds of options that are available. So again, talk to your counselors, talk to your your people, team leaders, right? So most people take decisions without talking. So do those better conversations. Let your team members know on what kind of flexibilities or what kind of problems that you're going through, and then it is on us to help you sail through the situations that we have in terms of building your own atmosphere. Life balance, again, anything in EY is yours to build, as we call it, right? So it's we have our own flexibility to look at what we want to do within EY, right? And there is an absolutely supportive leadership team who help that. And those are some distinctive things that stand out. I am at a situation where even if I think of moving out, my family doesn't allow me to do it. Not only me, my entire family has got used to EY. So
yeah. Wonderful, great. Now, information is the key, and then a lot of effort, right, which is being put on in building the information, making it available to people, and all these things. Great work. And this the support which you're talking about, recently one of our students, he is with 1.5 years, and then he wanted to pursue higher education, and then he was in a dilemma whether somebody is in a dilemma whether he should do, if he goes out, then will he lose his position in EY and things like that. Then he went back, he spoke to his manager, and then he's been assured that let him go do his program. Then once he's back, he'll be given, that's one thing, beautiful thing which happened. And then now he's going to go abroad and continue his studies. It's a beautiful thing which is happening. Thank you so very much for the thought and sharing your experience. And then
we also have a program, a PG, an MBA program that we have tied up with ISB. So where people working with EY can simultaneously do the MBA program. There is a very strict entry requirement, but that's also an option that's available for people who want to do higher education.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
And
Students,
not just
yeah.
for education, I just want to call out along these lines before I forget. So EY, part of the family is also the alumni network. So just because
Okay.
somebody has left EY doesn't mean, we have finished the full and final and then the person is finally away from us. Alumni are also called back for either for key roles. We've had several of our partners and principals who have called back as alumni for key positions that we felt that they were the best people to handle at that time. And anybody who wants to come back, like most other firms and organizations, they have a cooling period once you have resigned.
Right. Yeah.
And I think in EY, we have done away with those kind of cool off periods, etc. So if somebody wants to come back, they're welcome back, provided,
Provided they
there is
meet
nothing,
the.
no negative entries against that particular person or feedback, then we don't have a problem. So the alumni is a very, very close part. In fact, one of the things that struck me when I came in from my induction was the time spent on the video talking about the alumni network, how big it is, how it's spread, etc., which is not something you expect during an induction to hear, but it is that critical for EY.
It's again one more good news to add on. Yeah, thank you for that. Now, next question is to Ms. Preeti. The future is, of hybrid operating model, which brings together the best of connections, collaborations, and culture. Flexible working has become the new currency for attracting, retaining, and motivating top talent. Do you think that this employee productivity can be accurately measured, irrespective of their, the location where they work from and currently how it's happening? So how is it possible, or how is EY, taking on or monitoring this? And what's your take on this? Is it really possible to monitor, or is there a gap you feel that this
So
hybrid working model?
Sure. I will address that anecdotally.
Sure.
A couple of things that I want to say is EY is one of the pioneers who introduced this flexi working in a very different way.
Okay.
So there are no rules to the flexi working that EY had brought in, provided the 9 hours. So we work on a 45-hour per week, and it's different in different firms, but GDS operates on a 45 hours per week. Now, this was a very bold step taken at that time. So the thought process being, you have to clock 45 hours to your client servicing work. When I say client servicing, anybody is a client. You can have internal clients or external clients, customer work. But we will not monitor when and how you do this work. Within those 5 days, we had a client services leader who was from US. We used to call her MEP for short. And she's told us in one of our DNI sessions, you want to go and get your nails done in between, and the only appointment you have is at 11 o'clock in the morning. You block it on your calendar, go do your nails, and then come back and do your work. Exactly. Right. So this was, though of course people are resistant to change, though this was resisted a bit, I think it set us ready to prepare ourselves. So I think we brought this almost 1.5 years before the pandemic. So we were already in that mode, and clocking and monitoring is mainly, and see, everything has an intent behind it. Like Simon Sinek says, the intent behind, the why behind what we do is a very powerful driver. The moment you tell all your team members that I'm clocking you and monitoring you to check whether you have done your work, believe it or not, you will have errors, inaccuracies, dime a dozen. Then you will hire a separate team just to do this work, which could have been avoided in the first place. For us, the intent is, this is a global reporting called time, and we call it GTNE, where basically we want to show, or we want to clock on a global scale, how much effort we are putting in to support our end customer. So all of us have to do a GTNE clock in. which is not monitored. It is monitored in the sense that if you don't do GT&E, you will get a report by the technology that says you haven't clocked your hours. And if you have to go back and clock your hours, you have to go back from the moment that you had broken off, right? So if I broke off 4 weeks back, I have to do 4 weeks of entry, and only then I can do my current week, right? So the monitoring is done in that way. So this is something very significant. I feel it's a big game changer for us in EY. And believe me, this whole concept of work-life balance, when you picture a seesaw in your mind, is completely destroyed when it comes to this new mode of working, where you are prioritizing your time. You want to prioritize your family, prioritize your family. You want to prioritize your work, prioritize your work, provided everything gets done within that 45-hour week. Right. And another pioneering thing that we did is, I think we were one of the firms who moved to a work from home in the shortest time frame. And, you know, it is huge kudos to our technology team. I think if we were not so technologically connected at the back end or in an invisible network, this would not have been possible. Jeevan, I think we went work from home in like a week's time, right? So all of us get our laptops. So this is again significant. You have a single sign-on. This is what we have, a single sign-on concept. So your laptop is your workplace. You have your laptop, you can work from anywhere, right? You can work from Timbuktu, you can work from anywhere, provided there are no legal hassles or risk-related hassles or immigration-related hassles, you can do your work. And because of single sign-on and the technology team, I think within 48 hours, they had enabled this for everybody. Yeah. So virtual onboarding, everybody gets their laptop sent to their village. So if you live in Jamnagar, if you're living in Himachal Pradesh and you can't come to the office, or you are living in, say, Wayanad or somewhere like that, we'll courier the laptop to you. So we have taken the office to your home, right? So that is something that we have done. And the wonderful thing about EY is, as Jeevan, you know, we are all struggling to articulate, everybody wants to come back to office. We don't have an issue where people say, I don't want to work, I want to work from home. Everybody wants to come back. Everybody, we are all trying to see, of course, keeping the risk related. In fact, our leadership says, don't come back until it is safe. Don't come back. If you want to come back and you feel it is safe for you and your family, you come back to work. But we still have employees who manage to come and work a day or two on their own, by their own consent, of course. The only condition we laid down is they have to be double vaccinated. And that's the only check we do nowadays.
Great. Thank you so much. Now there is a question. Is there any on-site opportunity and alone? I didn't understand that. Along with that, is there any on-site opportunity, and along with that, pursuing a study like PhDs with EY GDS? Is it there in Poland? He wants to know whether it's there in Poland.
Yeah, I'll take that, and maybe Jeevan, you can help me add on to that question. It's there in the Q&A. So we do have a GDS in Poland. We have 2 GDS centers in Poland. One is in Wrocław and one is in Warsaw. It's not one of the biggest sites that we have because Europe, being Europe, has its own legal limitations in terms of data, information, and privacy. So even if you are in GDS in Poland, you largely support the European or the EU customers because of their data privacy stringency, I will say. But nevertheless, if you join GDS or EY, then it is mandatory that you will have to travel on site somewhere. In fact, we didn't even let the pandemic stop us. We've been sending people back and based on getting all our risks off, of course. We are a very cautious firm, let me tell you that. Everything has to be cleared by risk, otherwise nothing will happen. But if it is cleared, then we have people traveling. Even today, we have 5-6 travelers who are traveling across to various sites. Now, the question with respect to a PhD and etc., you know, that will have have to be, that's a very case to case. You cannot generalize that. I'm sure there'll be several conversations needed. Jeevan and I have been pointing out that you can study in our firm whatever you want to do. And if it is an accredited university or program you want to do your PhD in, I'm sure it will be allowed. But the focus of the 4 pillars is, customer first, people second, social third, and technology and data fourth. Not like in a hierarchical thing, but these are 4 critical prioritization. Customer is always first. I mean, we are all here for the customer.
Thank you so much for that. So the next question is to Mr. Jeevan. The uncertainties posed by the pandemic has led organizations to rethink their business models. How have things got transformed in EY in terms of future career growth for employees?
So, so based on all the uncertainties that we have been facing, obviously business have completely started relooking the way they serve their customers, deal with their service, supply chain related problems. So there's a lot of transformation that our clients are also going through, which businesses are also going through. Our clients predominantly are business houses. So the key transformation that EY also thought about bringing is everybody in EY needs to be updated about everything new that's happening, right? And digital and technology being the heart of all the new solutions, all the new transformation that's happening across our clients. It's extremely important that everyone in EY is tech savvy, should be comfortable in using technology solutions, and we will need to have that bend of mind to come up with technology solutions for our clients, right? So use all our foundational knowledge and all our functional knowledge to transform it into technology solutions for the client. And that's where everybody at EY is focused on in helping our people upskill. So there's a lot of hiring that happens from the market in terms of all the new technologies that are coming up, but we are also internally helping our people to upskill themselves on these cutting edge technologies that clients would want to adopt. So we have our internal certification programs on artificial intelligence or blockchain or SAP, and you name it, and we have it in our bouquet of upskilling programs that we have for our people.
Okay, thank you so much. And the next question is to Ms. Preeti. Ms. Preeti, would like to hear from you on the Career Path Accelerator program run by EY. There is a...
So I have already kind of covered that in the video, and these are internal programs, and there is only so much that I would want to share in a public forum that is being recorded. But yes, we do have accelerator programs, and even recently all these programs, along with the technology, as Jeevan is saying, along with the people, even the technology is going through an upskilling all the time. And the programs are also going through their own cycle of upskilling. So we've got some fantastic career accelerators, but I think the key thing about career with EY is it's in your hands. If you feel you're ready for an accelerator, by all means, apply for it. But the key thing is you have to be ready to deliver at that level. You feel you're ready for a particular role, then you have to deliver at that role.
Thank you. Shri, you have a question? Shri, you have a question to Mr. Jeevan?
Hi, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, yeah.
No, see this here. Ma'am, I guess I have a question from the panelists.
Okay, yeah, please.
One guy asked me, like, why did you choose EY after video, and what makes EY better from video? Like, to check the chat screen.
Okay. No, those questions, we'll complete this and then move on to that. Yeah, a couple of questions.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah, right. You have a question to the panelist, you may ask. Syed?
I mean, okay, no, I guess the questions that I have to ask already answered by the panelists.
Okay.
I mean,
Shri, you had a question? Shri Parvati? Yeah. to Mr. Jeevan, you had a
Yeah,
question?
sorry, there was a power failure here.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I just want to know what your career path has been.
My career path in EY.
Yeah.
I joined EY 9 years ago as a manager. As a manager, it was a challenging position for me. It was a new team, and there was, I think, the perception at that point of time was GDS is one place where you dump all the, non-value adding kind of a work, and that was one challenging transformation, that I did. So I didn't decide to sit as a manager and then do only managerial tasks. I took up the challenge to go and deliver on the work and showcase to the world that we are capable, as a team, are capable of doing everything that's done by the onshore team. And from there, we had a transformative journey in growing the team and winning winning a lot of large scale projects for our clients in EY, and where GDS is now an integral part of the entire delivery mechanism. Not only delivery, starting from submitting proposals to the client, to doing negotiations with the client, doing the pricing, and then spearheading the delivery of some large engagements, right? So that's been the challenging path that I took. So as we have been reiterating, the career at EY is yours to build. You can choose the path that you want to adopt. Look around you and understand the needs and circumstances of the time, and then automatically your career is taken care, right? So if you do transformational things for your teams, then automatically the other aspects of growth and everything is taken care. So I never had to run behind my boss asking for a growth or a promotion. It automatically came to me because of all the transformative things that I could deliver. So right. So during the path, there was an opportunity. Analytics was picking up. Data analytics was picking up. I chose to set up a small team to cater to the new demand that was coming up, and that again became successful. Right. So keeping your eyes and ears open on what new is happening and what are the new expectations from the clients, and acting according to those expectations automatically gets recognized. And every bit of work, as you also rightly mentioned, every bit of good work that you do in EY gets the recognition and the applause that is needed, and then that automatically translates to your career progression and growth, right? And that's automatically taken care. So that's been my career journey. So 9 years with EY, I joined as a manager, got promoted as a senior manager, and then again moved up further levels within the senior manager level, and now I'm at an associate director with EY, and looking forward to more impressive journeys in this wonderful organization.
Sri, got inspired?
Yes, yes, sure.
Very much, right?
course.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Mary, you had a question to Ms. Preeti?
Yeah, so we already talked about this work-life balance. You already gave me one point, like clocking 45 hours in a week was one point which is related to that. But again, this work-life balance is one point which the leaders are frequently checking with their employees if they really have a balance between this personal life and work life, especially ever since this work from home kicked in. So what are your suggestions on that? Like how we can maintain? Maybe I can take some suggestions and advices from you. Sometimes I'm also struggling with this.
Sure. Very, very, very fair point. Good point, Mary. In fact, she called out something, it's a better statement, not a better question. Yeah. But it is one of the crucial roles of a counselor is to find out how is the well-being. So well-being has been given a lot of new significance, and unfortunately, because of the pandemic and the work from home, it's gotten maybe heightened sense of prioritization. But well-being is very, very critical. And I feel especially as women, Mary, I'm just being candid, we tend to take on a lot of the burden of work For us, somehow we have this mindset saying, I have 20 tasks to do. I will do 20 and I will do 2 more, which is there for tomorrow, so that I can relax and then find my time, and then I will spend some time for myself. But that is a mindset which, to my experience, after 18 years of working, it doesn't, it's just, it will erode on our own energy levels. Thankfully for me, I wake up recharged like that Duracell bunny, and I have, long lasting thing to run. So, but I think the primary thing is you have to find time for yourself. Whatever is that thing that gives you that mental relaxation, and I do not mean social media. For me, my personal experience during the work lockdown, the first thing that I did was go away from unnecessary social media sites, and that has given me the best well-being that I can, claim. It's made me much more productive at work. Yes, it's made my time prioritization much better. Of course, certain things like LinkedIn and professional things which you have to do, WhatsApp, etc., is important. But unnecessary attention to social media is the biggest well-being defeater. That is one. Second is find something that brings you that mental peace and joy and that sense of recharge. It's not enough just to relax. You also need to recharge during that time, right? So when you charge your phone, you're giving it a break and you are charging it at the same time. Find out what helps you do that. Everybody's path is different. For instance, we have this one of the talent consultants in our firm. He just decided that he's going to start running. He now runs marathons. He runs full marathons now. He goes cycling. That time from 4 in the morning to 4 to 6 or whatever in the morning that he devotes to this gives him that sense of it. So each person's journey is different. We have much more involvement in ripples. We have much more involvement in people picking up activities like music, dance, some new learning. We have a lot of people doing, as a family, doing yoga together. So there's no prescription over here, but the only prescription being find out what it is and give that time to yourself is what is important. Work-life balance does not mean finish my work and then finish my life work, right? So that is what is critical.
Yeah, makes sense.
We usually say we cannot manage time, but we can only manage ourselves, right? I mean, so that is, yeah, thank you so much for that. Now, Syed, do you have any question? Okay. I actually have Abby's question. Abby was not able to join with us. This question is to Mr. Jeevan. I'm asking on behalf of Abby. We are witnessing a significant change in the way we are working, we are doing the work nowadays. Many processes are getting automated. So part of academic knowledge we get from doing ACCA, what other skills do you think as a beginner, a professional finance, a budding finance professional should learn apart from?
Absolutely. I think I've answered this already. I think these days everything is about technology. Right. Every solution that we have is about technology. So an ACCA, Mary was talking about various standards, IFRS standards. It's all the accounting standards that you master on. But EY is busy making technology solutions to make the life of implementation of these standards easier for our clients. Right, so we have a solution to talk about IFRS 9 or IFRS 17 or IFRS 16 that we talk about. Right, so the technology, technical acumen, and ability to pick up technology tools and solutions. I think that is one skill that is required. So look at your area or domain that you're working, and then pick up the relevant technology skills. And then another skill is networking. Ask a lot of better questions, be curious and be agile. Right. So, people, when they pass these professional qualifications, they feel that they're on the top of the world. Oh, I'm an ACCA or I'm a CA. I will only do this and I will only do that. So walk away from that mindset be open to learn. Continuous learning is the need of the hour. Be open to learn and pick up anything new that comes your way, and according to your service line or according to your competencies, pick up all the new skills that are relevant, and that's important. So you can't call out a particular skill itself. It depends based on the service function or the competency that you're working for. But be ready to pick up more skills, learn new things, learn things from even your seniors and also from your juniors, right? So these days, juniors teach us much. Teach us a lot of new skills, right? So have that humility, have that networking skills, and have regular conversations with your superiors and your teammates to see what's going on and what's that additional thing that you need to pick up, right? That's the pace at which everything around us is changing, right? But technology is one key enabler or additional skill that we require, in these days, and that's exactly the reason that we've launched this the technology MBA program, which is focused on upskilling our people, on technology and various other upcoming skills that we require.
Thank you so much. There is one last question. I don't know whether.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, sir. Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again to Jeevan only, adding to AP's question, like he told the future is automated and the use of bot and all. How far, if you look into next 5 years, if things are getting automated, what is the employment opportunities in the future? Like bot can do if one resource, bot can do 10 people's work for one. So what I'm asking is,
before Jeevan answers, Syed, I'll have to say it will be entrepreneurs like you who will create employment opportunities. Yeah.
It came back to you, Syed.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. This is one question my team also keeps asking me. Everything is getting automated. Do we lose our jobs? So one question I ask my people is, who will tell the bots what to do? Right? No. The bots also need to be told, and that's where our conceptual clarity and our technical expertise comes into play, right? So there are two aspects. So one is telling the bot what needs to be done, and the bot also needs to be ever changing, because all the changes that are happening even on our functional domains, the bot also needs to be evolving, and who will help the bots to evolve? It is our technical knowledge that is going to help the bots to evolve. And if you look at it, what is getting automated? What is getting automated? The crux behind automation is daily repeatable tasks which are done on a multiple times. Why do you want to do those mundane tasks, right? So when something is getting automated, it only means that the job is calling for your expertise, right? So when internal audit was getting automated, it's all the analysis and all the mundane tasks that we do that is getting automated. So we are eventually spending a lot of quality time with our clients to help them solve the business problems, right? In internal audit, our job is to find out what's going wrong with their business processes and controls and all of that, right? Once we find out that finding out process is getting automated, but once we find out that something is going wrong, we spend a lot of time in doing the root cause analysis on why it went wrong and what could be done to make it better, right? So we are able to focus our time to really add value to the business of our clients, to give them practical recommendations and solutions to make their lives easier, right? So a lot of time that we wasted doing repeatable tasks is what is getting automated. And that is where our technical expertise. So we don't want people to sit and do those repeatable tasks, and we only want technical experts who can find better solutions for our clients and everyone around us. So give up that mindset.
Yeah.
Give up that mindset and focus on building your technical expertise so that you add value to everyone around you.
Okay.
So now it becomes your job, Syed, as an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. So any other questions? Mary, Shri? Done? Okay. Now it's time for the panelists' feedback on the session, please. Mr. Jeevan.
I cannot thank you enough, Bindu ma'am, for giving us an opportunity and I think we have done our part to enlighten budding professionals, to give them insights about what we do in EY and how we make the life of our people exceptional. One piece of advice that I want to give to the younger generation. So we see people, coming and joining an organization and then, leaving the place in no time, right? So we find people to be too much worried about the salary and there's a lot of people are not people don't know. So you would have seen our parents and older generation sticking onto their jobs. So whichever professional organization that you join, give time for that organization to set that stamp on you, right? Give it that time to set that stamp on you, and give it that time to learn and unlearn, right? And then start seeing the benefits that the organization offers to you than jumping around, looking at money only. Take the best out of the organizations that you join, and give that organization also some time to put that stamp on you. So that's one small piece of advice that I want to give you. And I also want to tell you about a unique program that we drive in GDS Kerala. It is called the Program Alliance, where we hire ACC affiliates or the CIMA qualified professionals, and we provide them a holistic training program. It's like an internship program where we train them across all our 4 service lines. And towards the end of the program, you get to understand where is your skill and competency matching, and which service line or service function is where you would want to continue a professional journey. So it's an impressive program which gives you and opens your doors to insights on what is done across the service functions of a professional services firm like EY. And this is a unique program which does not happen anywhere else, which helps you to make your wise career choices, to look at your options that you have as a professionally qualified person, and then make a wise career what you want to do in your career. Right? I would like to introduce you, and the next hiring will start only next year. But then by the time you pass out, do think about this option as well in EY GDS Kerala. That's about it. Thank you for this opportunity. It was a pleasure interacting with this vibrant crowd, and looking forward to more such events.
Thank you,
ma'am.
Thank you. Over to Ms. Preeti, please.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. And, echoing Jeevan's sentiments, thank you so much for inviting us and helping us share the story of EY. Even though we are almost a world of our own, I don't think many people know what happens here. So we are always happy to share, the wonderful things about our world of EY. And I think this is a great session. I especially like the fact that you've called your alumni as panelists, and have them also share their feedback and share their insights. I think from day one, they have gathered insights of being in wherever it is that they have joined. And this is a great way that they can share it with the rest of the world that is waiting to get into organizations, into the corporate world. So that's a really, really nice initiative. Other than that, nothing much else to share. Again, just to reiterate, the Program Alliance is like a brainchild of our own specific unit within GDS Kerala, which is called Client Services MENA. Because this particular business unit, we work like a business account, which is dedicated for the Middle East, North Africa region alone, the limited number of offices. But the beauty of it is it encompasses all the service lines and service functions, and we work like an entrepreneurial unit. I think somebody had asked in the Q&A, how do you encourage entrepreneurship and leadership? So join us and contribute meaningfully and with value, to what you have to make the world a better place. And we will give you those free reins to contribute to the best of your possibility, and especially within CS MENA, we are very keen to kind of do that. Just to call that out. But otherwise, all the best, especially to the upcoming batch. All the best. Do take all our advice and inputs seriously, because these are all learnings from our own past.
They will for sure. Thank you, Ms. Preeti. A very quick thank you note from all of you alumni to Ms. Preeti and Mr. Yeah, please, Mr. Jeevan. Very quick thank you note. Yeah, let's start with Sri.
Thank you, everyone, for IC and for leading this webinar. Yeah. Thank you, Jeevan sir and Preeti ma'am, for helping the next upcoming team meets. And yeah.
Mary?
Yeah, so thank you so much, Preeti and Jeevan, for accepting our invitation and for joining this session. I'm pretty sure your insights will definitely help everyone who is listening to this session. So yeah, thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Sai?
Yes, I'm extremely very happy to be part of this webinar, and also like a director board level people in the screen. Very happy to be part again and share, collaborate the insights and all. We look forward for more inputs from you and your team, UI always. Thank you so much.
From my side, I would say whatever has been said in the webinar, like, I mean, people are there always, people are there to share information, things like that. I personally went through in the discussion we had on how to go about. So every time when I asked Mr. Jeevan or Ms. Preeti something, you know, the response was so very positive and how to go about it. In fact, unfortunately, we had to cancel last day's trip. And then I was feeling very sorry, but not even a word from them saying that. And they were actually saying, it's fine, okay, we'll reschedule it and all these things. I was feeling very happy. In fact, this is a team we need to, you know, be, and then this is a positive energy all of us should carry. You know, I personally feel, and as Mr. Jeevan said, whenever you're free, I'm so sorry, I'll be traveling a lot in, you know, sessions like this. You know, so whenever you're free, you can say yes, we'll be a part of it. But you know, we look forward to, you know, many more sessions of this sort. Thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you, panelists, Mr. Jeevan Sashidharan and Ms. Preeti Gopalakrishnan, for having contributed your insights on the topic and addressing the queries raised with your expertise. Thank you, students, Sri Parvati, Syed Mohammad Niroz, and Mary George, for being with us today and sharing your experience on your journey to Team EY. Thank you, ISC, ISDC, team of Kochi, Trivandrum, and Bangalore for all the support. Thank you, parents and all the participants. Wish you all a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and advance, you know, Merry Christmas to you all. And very happy New Year, right? Because we'll be meeting only next year. Yeah. Thank you so very much.